Heat on. It's a little warm in here.
Okay, Lilia.
Right?
Good evening, Maricela.
How are you, Richard?
We're doing good. How you doing down there at the port?
Doing really well.
Awesome. Miss you guys.
Miss you guys too.
It was about this time we were down there last year.
Absolutely.
Lots happened since then.
If you were to come down to visit now, you would see so many ships in port.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
All right, so we're going to be beginning any minute now. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to ask the panelists, please, to turn off your video now so we can go ahead and get started. Please turn your videos off until it is your time to speak. Otherwise, we can't bring in the other clips or the other items that we have for the presentation today for our gala.
How about muting, Lilia? Should we mute?
Yes, please mute as well as stop your video. And again, when it's your turn, then if you would please just turn on your video. That's the only thing we cannot do here. So if I could ask everyone to please turn off their video. If everyone would be so kind to turn off their video, we can go ahead and get started. Richard, do you have your video off? Thank you. Oh. No, you need to turn it off. Okay. Okay, I think we're ready to start. Barbara, tell me otherwise. All right, so here we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the WIT-LA Global Trade Awards Gala. It's our pleasure to start with to present congratulatory messages from two of our international trade partners, Hong Kong Trade Development Council and the Port of Long Beach.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor to be invited by WIT-LA to speak to you at this Global Trade Award Gala. The message I would like to convey to you is to stay positive. Of course, I don't mean the test result of COVID-19, which is not a good thing at all. I just want you to take a positive attitude when encountering any adverse condition like the pandemic. As the traditional Chinese wisdom indicates to us, whenever there is crisis, there will be opportunities. So that's why during the pandemic, we can see that some sectors are performing very well. For example, the online shopping or e-commerce. So that's why Mr. Jeff Bezos of Amazon.com, he remains to be the richest man on earth nowadays. Another sector that is doing well is the video conferencing app, such as Zoom, which we are now using. You may like to take this opportunities lies in the overseas market, especially in China. China also suffered a lot during the pandemic in the first quarter of this year, but it bounced back quickly. And in the third quarter, it is registering 4.9% growth in its economy. And probably this year, China will be the only major economy that can have a positive economic growth. So if you want to penetrate into the Chinese market, Hong Kong will be your natural gateway and also platform. And the Hong Kong Trade Development Council is the trade promotion body that can help you to find your potential business partner from Hong Kong. We maintain a very good working relationship with WIT-LA. For example, two of our female colleagues, they have received the Global Trade Award from WIT before. And tonight we are glad that the Ambassador Nina Hachijian, Deputy Mayor of Los Angeles, she will be receiving the Woman of the Year in International Trade Award. So with that, I would like to congratulate WIT for running a successful Global Trade Award Gala and wish you all have an enjoyable evening. Thank you.
Can we ask everyone to be sure to keep their videos off, please? Barbara, Barbara Choi, do you have your video on? Would you please turn your video off? Thank you. Thank you. Well, it looks like we're having a little trouble with Noel here. Let's see if we could get him back on.
by WIT to convey to you, which is not a good condition like the pandemic.
Hello, everyone. I'm Noel Hasagawa. As a past recipient of the Special Guy Fawkes Award, I am especially honored to congratulate all of this year's award recipients, 6 exceptional women and 1 outstanding gentleman. On behalf of the Port of Long Beach, the Port of Choice, I also want to take this opportunity to thank WIT-LA and the entire team led by Lilia for the stellar job you do to promote and advance international trade and to recognize amazing women in our industry. Thank you all for all that you do, and I wish you all much continued success.
Well, thank you, Ralph and Noel, for so warmly presenting your congratulatory messages to start off our evening. And we had a little bit of technical issues there, which hopefully will it will flow a little bit better from now on. But you know, we just have to deal with what we have to deal with now. Things are a little bit different for us, so we try to do our best here. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 8th Annual Global Trade Awards Gala. I'm absolutely delighted to see everyone virtually here tonight and to be part of and celebrate with us this important awards gala. I'm Lillian Navarrete, President of Women in International Trade, who many of you know as WIT-LA. And on behalf of Women in International Trade Los Angeles, I would like to thank you for attending our gala this evening as we virtually commemorate our great year of programming and events in celebration of WIT-LA's 35 years of participation in the international trade community. The extraordinary circumstances that we have found ourselves in this year, enduring this historic pandemic, disrupting our lives and our businesses, extending to the global economy and world trade, have required exceptional action during these exceptional times. This year's Global Trade Awards Gala highlights and honors the trailblazers and catalysts in the international trade community as they have traversed this challenging time this year. WIT-LA takes pride in recognizing women leaders from as far away as South Africa and Vietnam, and our close trade partner to the South, Mexico, and as close to home as Southern California area. We will also be recognizing a very special gentleman with our Guy Fawkes Special Award for supporting and empowering and enabling women in international trade. I want to personally congratulate all of the 2020 Trade Award recipients. Tonight, I'm going to take 1 second here to remember one of our own. This year, just a few days ago, just last week, we lost one of our past Global Trade Award recipients, and that's Billy Sullivan. So I'd like to take just a second to remember her, all of her contribution that she has given us in the international trade community, helped everyone she possibly could, and we will miss her. So Billy, thinking of you tonight. As well, we would like to then look forward and look to see what we're going to do for this next year that's been so difficult for us. So with that, I would like to introduce our first speaker. But before I do that, I would like to first introduce our board of directors. We have some people that are on this right now, so I will ask that they please be spotlighted and we start asking them to introduce themselves.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Marlene Marroquín. I'm the Executive Director of the U.S.-Mexico Chamber of Commerce, and it's an honor and a privilege to work very closely with Lilia and all the other ladies that and gentlemen that are part of the board. And I'd like to congratulate all those great ladies that deserve these awards tonight. So thank you very much. Thank you, Lilia.
Betty and Amika, you there? Turn on your videos.
You see me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. My name is Anamik Maddow, also on the board. I wanted to thank everybody who's attending today. I think tradition and maintaining the tradition of the awards gala is very important this year. So thank you all for being here, and a hearty congratulations to all of the award winners this evening. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nicole Wainwright. I'm the Director of Membership. I've been on the board for 2 years. I'm very grateful to be here tonight and thankful for all of the work that all the women have put into making this happen. It is not easy putting this together, so I am very, very grateful to be here. Congratulations to the award winners, and I look forward to seeing the rest of the gala.
Betty? Betty, are you there?
I'm here, but I think Rebecca is next.
Okay. Well, go ahead, Betty. We see you there.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Betty Young with the Hong Kong Trade Development Council, Los Angeles. I'm honored to serve on the board to provide interesting and exciting international trade-related programs for our members and our guests. For my daytime job, the Hong Kong Trade Development Council offers trade exhibitions covering different sectors of industry. So if anybody is interested in that, do reach out to me. And I just want to steal a few more seconds to thank our gift sponsors, Clarence at Nordstrom Center Anita, the Hong Kong Trade Development Council, Port of Long Beach, Port of Los Angeles, Skin Cosmetics, Pak Shing Hong, and Tisa Logistics. Thank you and happy holidays.
Thank you, Betty. Rebecca?
Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, my name is Rebecca Branham and aloha. Yes, I'm in Hawaii now. I'm the founder and CEO of B&L Group, and then also the founder and CEO of CP Women. I received the Global Trade Award in 2015, and then since 2016, I have been serving on board, and then I'm very honored to serve as a director of program this year. And so I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate to all recipients and also congratulate to our WIT-LA chapter 35th anniversary. And then I do hope everybody enjoy our program and take care of yourself and be healthy and be happy in 2020. So enjoy your program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rebecca, and thank you, everyone. The board of directors is absolutely fabulous. Without the teamwork, then it would just not be possible. So I definitely want to thank them. And while we're thanking, Betty mentioned a few of our sponsors. I would just like to add to that list. So we have as gold sponsor, Port of Los Angeles. We also have, Betty mentioned, the Port of Long Beach, the District Export Council of Southern California, the City National Bank, as well as other contributors, including Amazing Shine Nails, FCL Logistics, and Price Transfer. And, you know, we've had other contributors as well and helping in any way they can for this gala. So thank you for that. So now I would like to introduce our first speaker, and that will be Cami Mazard. And give me 1 second here. So here we go. So Cami is the president of OWIT, the Organization of Women in International Trade, umbrella organization of WIT-LA and approximately 25 other chapters worldwide. Cami is joining us from Washington, D.C. And thank you, Cami, for being here with us this evening or morning, depending on where people are watching us. I believe we have some people from Vietnam, so that is wonderful. Thank you for joining. Cami Mazard is a founding partner of Doyle, Barlow and Mazard, who focuses on antitrust, international trade regulation, and hospitality law. She practices in all areas of international trade and customs law and has participated in many of the major trade disputes over the past 20 years. In addition, Ms. Mazard also represents domestic and international clients with respect to import and export transactions of the USMCA issues. Cami also has experience representing private parties and sovereign governments before U.S. courts and international arbitral tribunals, and also counsels a range of clients. In the past, Cami has worked with the State Department at the United States Mission to the United Nations in New York for Duracell in Connecticut. Cami is a strong supporter of women's causes. Aside from serving as the current president of the Organization of Women in International Trade, she serves on the board of directors of the Women in International Trade Trust, a member of the DC Commission for Women, vice president of the Washington chapter of Northeasterners, and ethics chair for the Capital City chapter of the Lynx. Cami, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you so much for the invitation. And good evening, WIT-LA. And now that we know we have Vietnam on the line, I must say good morning, Vietnam. As president of the parent organization of WIT-LA, which is the Organization of Women in International Trade, I want to welcome everyone to the Gala for 2020. I am thrilled to congratulate all of the honorees for the evening. OWIT was established in 1989 and is a global association for women in trade and business. Our 2,500 plus members impact millions of dollars of trade and business transactions annually. Our focus is on adding value to you, whether you are a corporate, mid-size, small business, or individual member around the world. We serve as the unifying body of a network of chapters spanning the globe. And we also have a virtual chapter for those of you who do not have access to a local OWIT chapter where you either reside or work. We welcome men in our group that also support the advancement of women in international trade. Our network is growing, our educational webinars are expanding, and our partner organizations are developing. I encourage all of you to visit our new website at www.owit.org, which was launched just earlier this quarter. As 2020 wraps, we look forward to 2021 and hope that it will be a phenomenal year for both trade and OWIT. Enjoy the performances this evening, and I want to commend Lilia especially for her hard work in putting together her very first virtual awards gala, as she always does an amazing job promoting women doing business internationally. Have a fantastic evening. But first, we have Richard Swanson here tonight, who many of you know from the U.S. Commercial Service, and who has been working with Deputy Assistant Secretary Ana Guevara for the last year and a half. So Richard, would you like to make the introduction?
Yes, thank you, Cami. So good to have you from DC. And I'm actually back from DC after a year and a half reporting into Anna's office. I'd also like to thank the WIT-LA team. And I'd also like to thank especially my new boss, our regional director, Rashid Saoudi. Let me just say a few words about Anna. This is just going to be a great presentation. I can feel it already. The Honorable Ana M. Guevara was appointed Deputy Assistant Secretary for the U.S. Field Operations of the U.S. Department of Commerce, International Trade Administration, back in January of 2009. She oversees approximately 275 trade professionals based throughout our 100 cities here in the United States, focusing on U.S. businesses, economic development, advocacy, export promotion, foreign direct investment, and helping them to promote services all over the world. Ms. Guevara is a respected leader in both the public and the private sectors, with extensive experience in international trade and development. Previously, she was with our U.S. Agency for International Development as Senior Advisor for Trade and Economic Growth, while she was at the World Bank as a U.S. representative on the Board of Directors. And previously, in previous administrations, she has served as a Deputy Assistant Secretary for our Industry and Division for our Services Unit. Ms. Guevara has also served at 2 Fortune 50 companies as a VP, and she received a bachelor's degree in Public and International Affairs from George Washington University. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce our Deputy Assistant Secretary, Ana Guevara.
I am so happy to be here at the WIT-LA 8th Annual Global Trade Awards Gala, especially to have an occasion to dress up. Thank you, Richard, for that introduction. Many of you know Richard, but if you haven't met him yet, he is the Senior Advisor to the Pacific South Regional Director, Rashid Saoudi, who is here with his LA team. Julianne Hennessy, our Los Angeles West Director, is here with Trade Specialist Leticia Arias, Terry Badge, and Delia Valdavia, and with Commercial Officer Natalie Hatour. And Amy Magat, our Downtown LA Director, is here with Trade Specialist Jason Spruill, and Bobby Hines. I would like to first thank WIT-LA President Lilia Navarrete for inviting me to address you this evening and for bringing us together virtually to celebrate global trade excellence. Lilia has been a strong supporter of the U.S. Commercial Service in the LA area. She has been an active member and supporter of the Organization of Women in International Trade for many years. She was chair of OWIT for 2 years and president of WIT Los Angeles for 9 years. I want to take a moment to congratulate the women who will be receiving awards tonight for their contributions to international trade and to express a heartfelt thanks to the gentlemen who will be recognized for supporting women in trade. To tonight's winners, I would like to say, you are global trade leaders, catalysts, and innovators. You and everyone here tonight should be proud of your international achievements. You are helping to strengthen your local communities and the greater U.S. economy. Your international sales activities contributed to LA's ranking as the 3rd largest goods exporter in the United States. The resiliency of your local ports is impressive. The ports of Los Angeles, the Port of Long Beach, and the Los Angeles World Airports. These are the linchpins that enable international trade. Tonight, I'm delighted to connect once again with WIT-LA. I have great memories of WIT-LA hosting me for a joint dinner with the Orange County chapter of WIT in 2019. It was a memorable time with a group of amazing women. WIT-LA has been a key partner of our Los Angeles offices for over 25 years. You are among the trade partners that the USIAC LA offices turn to when hosting senior U.S. Department of Commerce leaders from Washington, D.C., senior commercial officers, and many other industry and country experts who travel to Los Angeles. Together, WIT-LA and our Los Angeles offices have collaborated on numerous export promotion and education events. We have also supported each other's programs for the benefit of Los Angeles-based exporters. As many of you know, the U.S. Commercial Service has been working closely with OWIT to enhance the competitiveness of women in international trade. We are so excited to continue growing our partnership activities. I want to give a big shout out to OWIT President Cami Mazard. She is here at the Gala and you will hear from her tonight. Our partnership with OWIT brings opportunities for networking and educating women on trade for all the OWIT chapters around the globe. Our partnership agreement provides access to trade tools, resources, and customized support provided by the U.S. Commercial Service, the International Trade Administration, and other U.S. government resources. This agreement is based on both our organizations' mutual interest in advancing America's global competitiveness. Together, we strive to enable women-owned and led businesses to compete successfully as they continue selling globally. The inaugural Women's Global Trade Empowerment Forum is a great example of our close collaboration with OWIT. We launched the 6-part virtual forum this summer for women-owned and led businesses from the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. I am deeply grateful to WIT-LA and WIT Orange County for providing marketing support for the forum. Thank you both very much. All of us here tonight know women's participation and success in business is key to a vibrant and inclusive economy. Women's entrepreneurship and exports drive growth and economic success. Women-owned businesses that export employ more workers, pay higher wages, and report higher than average sales than women-owned businesses that do not export. Women-owned businesses that export are 3.5 times more productive than women-owned businesses that don't export. Unfortunately, the reality is that fewer businesses that are owned by women export than businesses that are owned by men. Women face unique challenges in global business. When compared to the male counterparts, women-owned businesses tend to be smaller, less financed, and more likely to be in low value-added industries. Often they lack the resources to export or don't know where to go to get those resources. At the U.S. Commercial Service, We focus on getting more women-owned and led businesses to export by providing direct access to resources, as well as by providing guidance and connections to other trade resources. The U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement that took effect on July 1st provides many opportunities for women-owned firms and small and medium-sized California businesses in general. In 2019, 28% of the Los Angeles area's total merchandise exports went to Canada and Mexico. This shows the importance of these two markets to your local economy. The USMCA has dozens of benefits to highlight for exporters. The Women's Global Trade Empowerment Forum earlier this year focused on many of those. The USMCA will have a strong impact on women-owned and led businesses that want to start or significantly increase their exporting. With the current global realities and concerns over traveling, many businesses might be hesitant to export at this time. The U.S. Commercial Service is here to help. We are continuing to deliver on our priorities: export promotion, commercial diplomacy to remove trade barriers, advocacy for U.S. companies competing for foreign market tenders, and investment in attraction and retention through our Select USA initiative. Like you, we have pivoted. We have adjusted the way that we serve U.S. exporters. Our offices in over 100 U.S. cities have remained open in telework mode. We're using the latest technology to deliver our services. There are many ways to leverage our global network to get deals done, even when international travel may not be possible for you. Many of our standard services are offered virtually now. In October, we held our flagship Discover Global Markets Business Forum live from Indianapolis. This year's DGM was a hybrid virtual 3-day event. We highlighted international opportunities in intelligent manufacturing. We provided American firms with opportunities to meet virtually one-on-one with 80 of our internationally based commercial specialists from around the globe and 85 international buyers from 40 markets. Close to 300 companies and EDOs from 39 states participated in this year's forum, connecting over 1,000 virtual one-on-one business meetings. These are just a few of the examples of how we can continue to connect you to new markets, opportunities, and buyers. Thank you, Los Angeles, for your dedication to exploring new markets, growing U.S. export, supporting U.S. jobs, and strengthening your communities. To help U.S. businesses across the country with economic recovery, we reduced the fees of our export services between June 4th and September 30th this year. Small and medium-sized firms qualified for up to 100% reduction in fees. In the Los Angeles area, more than 125 companies took advantage of the reduction in our fees. In April, we also established a Global Futures think tank. They helped us determine how we could help propel U.S. exporters and economic development organizations towards recovery. They interviewed roughly 325 export and EDO clients, including 50 from California, to learn about your issues and concerns. We are using this information to guide our strategies for the current fiscal year. Our LA offices have continued to engage with the local business community to help companies get started in exporting and find international opportunities. When I visited Los Angeles last year, trade specialist Jason Spruill took me to visit a local company. That company was SpaceX. We have supported SpaceX in developing opportunities in foreign markets for several years. I am so proud to let you know that our Los Angeles team just received a prestigious Department of Commerce award for their work coordinating an all-of-government strategy to support SpaceX success in foreign markets. Through Jason and the extended global team, we will continue to support SpaceX and other LA-based aerospace and defense firms that are seeking expansion into foreign markets. Jason also just finished supporting the state of California's aerospace, defense, and civil aircraft subsector at the Bahrain Virtual Trade Mission, which ended today. Terry Batch from our West LA office collaborated with the local trade community to launch a free 6-part webinar series to prepare startup and early stage companies to pursue international opportunities. This Startup Global Series began on November 9 and will conclude on December 14. It is covering international marketing, trade finance, intellectual property protection, and e-commerce. Over 100 companies are participating in the series. If you'd like to join the final section, which is next Monday, please contact one of our LA offices. Terry tells me that she has other new industry-specific sessions coming soon, so stay tuned and reach out. This week, through the inspiration of Terry Batch and Richard Swanson, we just launched, in partnership with the OWIT and the Minority Business Development Agency, a series of 6 monthly coffee chats with women entrepreneurs from the United States and Africa. Please keep in touch with our teams for updates on all these virtual activities and others that are being planned for the new year. In conclusion, our teams in the West LA and downtown LA UZX look forward to continuing to engage with you on expanding your exports, identifying and tackling trade barriers, advocating for your bids on foreign tenders, and assisting companies to invest in the U.S. Please reach out to Rashid Saouti, Julianne Hennessy, and Amy Magat, or their teams for the support that you need. You can find all their contact information and latest updates on our trade.gov website. You can also check out our LinkedIn page and social media accounts. I'd like to thank WIT-LA for providing valuable opportunities for women in trade to better connect, learn, and develop networks to foster success. And congratulations once again to tonight's Global Trade Award recipients. Your achievements in global trade create such a positive impact on your communities. Your successes can spark other women-owned firms and business leaders to expand globally. I encourage you to share your knowledge and experiences with others. Thank you all very much for your attention. Now enjoy the rest of the gala. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Assistant Secretary Guevara, for such an enlightening and informative presentation. Truly appreciate your words tonight. WIT-LA is poised and ready to support and partner with you on all initiatives of the U.S. Department of Commerce. Now we have a special moment for us to help us celebrate this evening. Tonight, we have with us Karen Han Otteson, an internationally renowned erhu virtuoso who has performed with the Hollywood Bowl Orchestra, the Los Angeles Philharmonic, and other prestigious orchestras worldwide. Karen Han's playing may be heard on the soundtracks for The Joy Luck Club, Passion of the Christ, Mulan 2, Anna and the King, and The Lost Emperor and Memoirs of a Geisha. The ancient two-stringed instrument, erhu, is soulful, expressive of feelings, and very close to a woman's voice. With erhu, Karen Han transforms music into love, peace, and beauty in life. To celebrate WIT-LA's 35th anniversary and to congratulate all of the outstanding women being recognized at this occasion, Karen and her husband Paul have prepared a beautiful piece of erhu music. Thank you, Karen, for your kind and beautiful contribution to our gala tonight. Let's listen to Karen.
Good evening. My name is Karen Han Otteson, and this is my husband, Paul Otteson. We are very happy and very honored to be here today. we wanted to personally congratulate all the award recipients tonight, as well as congratulate the WIT-LA's 35 years anniversary. And this instrument I'm holding is called erhu. It's a very ancient Chinese instrument. It's a two-string instrument. You may already heard this instrument since I've been soloist to record many movies, such as The Gala Club, Last Emperor, Men in Black,
Pirates of the Caribbean, Kung Fu Panda,
The Hood Locker, and
many more movies.
Many more. Star Treks, and I think you probably heard already. However, this time, my husband and I, during the pandemic time, we record this piece, and I hope you enjoy it, and hope everybody stay safe. Thank you.
Stay safe. Bye.
That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so very, very much. It is just absolutely, I saw a few comments there, very, very stunning and amazing. Thank you for bringing this to us. Truly appreciate it. Now, with that, I am going to bring you someone very, very special. She's a very incredible woman that we are very lucky to have here tonight with us. Ingrid Vanderveld has been named one of Oprah's Super Soul 100 Global Leaders, ranked #1 Super Connector by Fast Company, and is the recipient of Forbes and Northwestern Mutual Global Entrepreneur in Excellence Award. She has spoken in 30+ countries over the past years of the topics of entrepreneurship, innovation, technology, finance, and women's empowerment. She is the chairman and CEO of Empowering a Billion Women, the #1 financial empowerment community for women, giving them the tools, education, and network to help them succeed as leaders and entrepreneurs. Previously, she was the first entrepreneur in residence for the Dell Company, where she oversaw entrepreneurial initiatives worldwide, helping to build a $250 million business segment, and founded the $125 million Dell Innovators Credit Fund, Dell Founders Club, and the Dell Center for Entrepreneurship during her 3-year term. Founding organizer of the Glass Forum, that's the Global Leadership and Sustainable Success, and co-founder of the Billionaire Girls Club. She also created and hosted CNBC's first original primetime series, American Made, reaching over 1 million viewers around the globe, and is a Dell Women's Entrepreneur Network member. Ingrid is a global ambassador and advocate of women and diverse leaders creating social and economic impact and job creation. She's the recipient of the Global Empowerment Award by the Global Business and Interfaith Peace Awards in partnership with the United Nations. She has been featured on outlets including NBC, CNBC, Fox, ABC, USA Today, Wall Street Journal, Forbes, etc., and etc., etc., Ingrid. She is an award-winning entrepreneur, investor, CEO, and founder of Empowering a Billion Women and EBW Distributors, former TV host. Oh no, she's going to be grading me today. And eternal optimist, called to live her mission to help you make the impossible possible and live the life you were called to live. Ingrid, thank you very much for joining us tonight, and take it away.
Lilia, thank you so much for having me. And I just want to kick off by saying, first of all, thank you to you and also Rebecca for making this happen. I am so grateful for the opportunity to be with all of you tonight. Congratulations to all the award winners. And I don't know about all of you watching, but I just lost myself in watching that video of Karen. That was just amazing. So before her, I was so intrigued by what everybody was saying. And then it went into Karen, who was so amazing. And I'm thinking, how does anyone pull off a virtual event like this, where we're all sitting in our own homes during this pandemic, and yet I feel like I'm sitting in the middle of a celebration and a gala event? So thank you and congratulations, Lilia, and just incredible work to you and your team. And thank you so much for having me here. And again, congratulations to all the award winners. You know, when they asked me to come and spend some time with you, to say I was beyond grateful, I can't even begin to describe it. Because to give you just a little bit of background, you heard a little bit of it from Lilia, and thank you very much for that. The work that I do today is overseeing a global corporation called EBW, Empowering a Billion Women. And at our core, it is what the name is. We are very committed to the empowerment of women worldwide. So over my entire career, I have always focused my attention, our team's attention, on how can we help ease the path for women in business to realize their fullest potential, their fullest success. And I'll say the inspiration for that really was as a child. I'm a very faith-based person and felt very called that I would spend my my life committed to the elevation of women and girls across the world. But it really wasn't until I went off and tried to start my first venture, which is now many years ago. And I'll never forget trying to raise money for the first time. And I just could not get it done. And one of my advisors said, Ingrid, if you'll allow me, why don't we go grab a coffee and I'll share with you why I think this is happening. And I said, okay, let's go do it. Well, we went and sat down and had coffee. Again, many years ago, things have changed quite a bit since then. But as we sat down, he said, Ingrid, I'm just going to tell it to you how it is. You don't look like, act like, sound like, or talk like any of the CEOs, any of the entrepreneurs that these investors are used to funding. And frankly, I don't know that you're going to get this done. And my best advice to you would be, before you spend much more time trying to essentially realize my dream and venture, I would maybe put a pause on that and try to get a job before it's too late. This is, again, it's a different time, a different day. But that's one of those moments that was completely transformational for me. And I remember sitting there thinking, I cannot believe that because of how I look, how I sound, how I come across, that maybe I'm going to be treated differently than my male counterparts. And that there's a really good chance that I won't be able to raise the money that I'm trying to raise for my venture. And I won't be able to build a successful company. And thank God, God bless, had it not been for a visionary mentor of mine who's now since passed. His name was Dr. George Kosmetsky. He was one of the first backers of Oracle. He was the mentor to Michael Dell. And I, in fact, targeted him to be my mentor because he mentored Michael Dell. And I was like, if anyone can help me, it's going to be George Kosmetsky. And it was Dr. Kosmetsky that kept encouraging me during those really dark days early on that said, Ingrid, you've got a calling on your life. There's potential in your life. There's potential in what you're meant to do in the world. You've got a really great idea and you've got to stick with it. Stick with it. This is a person who, when he was encouraging me, when all these other investors weren't investing in my venture at the time, he had become a self-made multi-billionaire himself. He grew up so poor, he had holes in his shoes. He was dirt poor, and he managed to make it out of that and make a life for himself and a living for himself. And again, become this extraordinary leader and this entrepreneur, like I said, that helped get behind companies like Oracle and mentor people like Michael Dell. And I thought to myself, okay, this guy knows what I'm going through. I didn't quite have holes in my shoes, but nobody wants to back me because of how I look and sound and whatever. But if anybody's going to understand the pain of feeling like I'm not going to be able to get this done because I'm different, but I have a great idea, it's going to be this guy. And why won't he fund my venture? Well, for months and months and months after that experience of that advisor saying to me, Ingrid, you're not going to get this done, I had Dr. Kosmetsky in the back of my ear saying, you've got a great idea. Keep going. Keep going. You're going to get it done. You're going to get it done. The long story short of it was 9 months later, after I had essentially hit the wall on the cash that I had to put into my venture to fund it, to make it happen. I was out of cash. I was going to have to move back home with my family. And Dr. Kosmetsky stepped in. And long story short, Dr. Kosmetsky said, Ingrid, you have shown me that you will walk through the fire and stick with your vision to realize it out. And now we've reached a point where it's time to really get this funded. And he wrote the first check, and then he picked up the phone, and he made a call to another one of his colleagues that wrote the next check and the next check and the next check. And soon I found myself in my first venture within 2 weeks, after I couldn't raise a dime to save my life. We had raised $7 million for that company. We built that company. We ended up getting caught up in the 2001 9/11 attacks. And we were able to sell off and sort of make some of our money back. We didn't make a big return on that by any means, but we made some of our money back. And it was an experience that taught me back then the power of relationships, the power of having people that believe in you, and the power also of being associated with visionaries who recognize where the world is going despite what other people might say. And in that case, I was dealing with a leader in Dr. Kosmetsky who realized that back in 2001, that the future of our global economy at some point in the not too distant future was going to be led by all the women. Again, women will never elevate to our fullest potential. I always say this, if we're not doing it in collaboration with the men that we get to work with, right? Oh, can you hear okay?
Yes.
Okay. But he recognized early on that the economy was going to change, that the economy was soon going to be run by, essentially, and led by all of the women that we're seeing coming to the forefront today. And it was in that vision that he wanted to be a key part of that and said, I believe in you and I'm going to fund you. That belief, that support, that mentorship inspired me in such a way that led to all of the work that we do today here at Empowering a Billion Women in how can we create opportunities, access, relationships to, even if we can make one piece of the equation easier for a woman to build her business, to have those relationships, to create those contracts, we're going to do that. But where does all of this tie back to where we're sitting here today? Where it ties back to all of this, and again, when Rebecca and Lilia called me and said, would you come and speak to our group? And I was like, oh my gosh, you have no idea how impactful this is. Because I will tell you all that at the beginning of 2020, as I'm growing EBW, and our business to that point was really based on education and communities and really supporting and educating and working with women across the globe who are starting, growing, and scaling their ventures. And we had education, we had our community, and we're developing a tech platform with the goal to help connect buyers and suppliers of women-led businesses to help create $1 billion of contracts and capital transactions over that platform. So that's what we've been working on, and the pandemic hits. And on March 20th, I got calls back to back to back to back on a Friday, March 20th. And the one that came in from my younger brother, who's an ER doctor in Nashville, Tennessee. And he said, Ingrid, we cannot get access to supplies. We cannot get access to the things that we need in the ER room. My husband is a first responder. My husband, his police department was saying, Ingrid, with all the people and the relationships that you have around the globe, is there anything that you can do to help us get access to these supplies? That came on a day when I'm looking at our own business saying, how are we going to survive this pandemic? And what was so extraordinary about it was when those calls came in on March 20th, and I said, I've got to do something. We have got to do something. We have to figure out, how do we leverage these relationships with all of these women we know in international trade who have been importing and exporting? How can we create these opportunities to help solve the critical needs in the marketplace, to help match buyers and buyers and sellers? How can we make this happen? And over a weekend, and since then, we realized that, again, very much like my mentor, Dr. George Kosmetsky, when he realized back very early on that the future of our global economy was soon to be driven by women, it was the pandemic, and it is the pandemic and what has happened in COVID, that all of a sudden, all of the things that have historically held us back as women, that we felt like we couldn't rise to our fullest potential, we were held back for one reason or another. The pandemic created a situation where all of a sudden, all bets were off. Everything that we knew in the past was gone. All of the old rules of business were gone. And all of a sudden, all of us, every single one of us on in this gala event, we're sitting there looking at a situation saying, what does the future look like? How are we going to play a role in this? How are we going to survive the pandemic? And how are we going to play a role to really define the possibility of where our future is? And here's where the magic of, again, where all of this comes together and the power of where we are here tonight. And that is because women have not ever had, history and years and generations of how things have been done in business. So many of us are elevating to our fullest potential and possibility for the first time. We're seeing women run businesses at rates like we've never seen before, running for office at rates like we've never seen before. Women are having a seat at the table, not chained by the old rules, but instead saying, women, our out of the box thinking, our way of thinking around innovation, our way of solving issues, our way, frankly, of taking care of our families, our communities, and ultimately the world. Women, when we're making money, we reinvest 90% of what we earn into our families, communities, and ultimately the world. I keep saying that the fastest economic engine to getting our national economy and our global economy back on track is the empowerment of women. And why is this? Because, again, not being chained by the old ways of thinking, but instead saying, how can we do things different? We've been all of us have been backed into a corner saying, how are we going to survive and thrive through this? And out of that, all of you, all of these women that we've been building relationships with for years and years and years, all of this back in March of 2020, when I was saying, what can we do to start exporting and importing supplies? How can we create agreements with our international partners where they have things that our women here in the States can provide them? They have things that we need over here in the States. How can we be more effective in creating these trade relations to create economic opportunity for all? And what I saw out of that, it was all of you, all of the women, and some amazing men as well. Again, God bless, we couldn't do this without the men. But it was truly all of the women that we've spent years and years and years figuring out, where is our seat at the table? Where are our George Kosmetskys? Where are our Lilias? And where are Rebecca's who believe in us in a moment when, in the past, when maybe others haven't? Now, ladies, our time has arrived. The world is waiting for you to show up, and you are. And I celebrate you tonight because, again, we know, and what's happening with the rest of the world is they look at why are we wanting to prioritize and elevate women in trade? Why are we wanting to seek out women now? The reason we're wanting to do it, not only is it a great thing and the right thing to do, but it's because women are controlling 80% of the spend in the United States. we're controlling 70% of it worldwide. When women are supported in business, we tend to generate 12% higher revenue than our male counterparts, 35% higher return on investment. And like I said, we reinvest whether we're earning, pennies or millions and millions of dollars, we reinvest that money into our families, communities, and ultimately the world. And so, ladies, as I sit here tonight, you have enabled me, you have enabled us, you have enabled this global community that frankly was really beginning to collapse, to have a vision of hope for our future, that you as women in trade that are busting through walls, that have been backed against corners, that when the world didn't believe in you, you kept at it, you stuck with it, you knew your moment was going to arrive, and that moment is today. And through all of these things happening in the pandemic, you are the ones that are leading us, not only now, but into our future. And so the fact that we are celebrating tonight, the fact that we are celebrating you in this year, this is an extraordinary year to recognize and appreciate everything all of you are doing for the rest of us. And I just want to thank you. I want to continue to encourage you. I just want to appreciate you for being such incredible role models that you are to the rest of us around the globe of what's possible. And with that, I just want to thank you for inviting me to be with you. Lilia, Rebecca, thank you for putting this on despite a pandemic and hosting a beautiful gala event. And ladies, and our one gentleman, just congratulations. You are exceptional, and we thank you, and thank you for getting our world, frankly, back on track. We appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Wow, Ingrid, that was amazing. Thank you so very, very much. That was truly, truly amazing and motivating, and thank you. Thank you for that. Well, my goodness. Okay, so now to continue our celebration, I'd now like to introduce our next performers we're going to have this evening. I'm delighted that we will be showing you a beautiful 3-minute video of a virtual 43rd annual Prince Lot Hula Festival presented by Moanalua Gardens Foundation in Honolulu, Hawaii. And due to the pandemic, the foundation pivoted to a video performance filmed for television this year. And it has received accolades for its safe presentation of hula and its messages of aloha from participating Humuhulu hula teachers. So with that, I would like to have us start the video and continue with our celebration.
Kelina maine ike kini ola lona hoa o kauka na hele o puna akahi kano o kaua I kaukahi no ho ka ne ka papai lohia lau ko lohelani api ilani la e ala e uma ona o ka ne da ua kau ke hai kauluna o hi olani kamoena ki pai ai ke ka pakano e ka o pa akai akini laula e ala e ai e kelina mai nei ke kini o la lona hoa o kauka na hele ka noho ka uai ka ukahi noho ka nei ka papai lohia lau ko lohelani api ilani la e ala e ala e Iwe ka puke aloha ka makani ko kololio Ili ka poli na he na he Ikini ki mali e Iwe ka puke aloha ka makani ko kololio Ili ka poli na he Ikini ki mali e Iwai luku I ho oe I ka pikoa o iao Ni o ka pua rose Ikini ki mali e Iwai e hui ho oe Ka makani ho e ai Me ka uhi vai a o uka he Ikini ki mali e Holo ka'a Oni ana ka wila lawe a halilo Kuaku o e a pau pono Na huele e kauhana Alava I hoe maka au au Wana ka makani hele ulu ulu Me ole kapi ina me kai hona Me na ki ke e ala nui Haina ko vei e sile Ke huli ho I nei kaua Step on the gas, going my way Ke oni ne kauila Tahua tahua la Ue uhene E uhene la Hil ko lua la Ue uhene E uhene la 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 Hil ko lua la E uhene la Hil ko lua la Ue uhene Ue tulu e te to la Ue uhene
Wasn't that absolutely wonderful? But I completely am remiss in introducing the director of the foundation. And so I would like Pauline Warsham to say a few words. Thank you so much. I know we had planned for you to speak right before the presentation, but here we are. So please.
Aloha, everyone, and thank you, Lilia, for this opportunity. My name is Pauline Worsham, and I'm Managing Director of Moanalua Gardens Foundation. We're very honored to be part of the 2020 Global Trade Awards Gala, presented by Women in International Trade Los Angeles. We send our aloha and congratulations to the organizations and to all of tonight's awardees. I just wanted to take a moment to let you know a little bit about Moanalua Gardens Foundation. We were founded 50 years ago to preserve Hawaii's native culture, protect Moanalua Valley, and also to present the Prince Laut Hula Festival. We hope that you enjoyed tonight's clip from the festival. It was our first virtual festival. The festival is the largest non-competitive hula festival in Hawaii. And this year, due to the pandemic, we did not want to cancel our event. Hula, as you may know, is a very important art form in Hawaii. And because so many other large cultural events were canceled, we felt that it was important to continue to celebrate our culture in a safe way. So we hope you enjoyed this presentation of both ancient and contemporary hula, filmed at historic Iolani Palace. Aloha, mahalo, and mele kalikimaka. Merry Christmas to all.
Thank you, Pauline, very much. Greatly appreciate that. And if we want to go ahead and go to our next all right, so we're going to have a little surprise right now. Right before we start the awards presentation, we're going to have a little quiz, and there is a prize involved. So the first person in the chat to answer this question will receive a prize. So here we go with the question. What is the name of the Chinese musical instrument that Karen Han played in her performance? Quick, answer. All right, do we have a winner? Oh geez, that's many of you. Let's see. Who was the first one? Let's see. You guys are all too fast. I believe Dora Lung. I believe Dora was the first one who answered that correctly. So she will be receiving the prize. And we will get in touch with you later for that. Thank you so much. Now what we've been waiting for, I know we're running a little bit behind. I know we are. We had a little bit of technical issues at the beginning here, but frankly, I don't know about you, but I think that I have so truly enjoyed our speakers. I have enjoyed our performances, and well, here we are. So I hope you enjoy our next part, which is what this is all about in recognizing and celebrating our award recipients. So with that, I'd like to go ahead and start with our first award recipient. And so for that, I would like to introduce our Ambassador Celorio from, excuse me, from the Consul General of Mexico in Los Angeles, and she has a few words for us. Thank you very much.
As Consul General of Mexico here in Los Angeles, it is a real pleasure to be at this significant event. In such a challenging year, a year of changes, a year that has shown us the frailties of the human being, but also the strength that all of us have together in overcoming adversity and walking to a new, better stage for the entire planet. This great gala celebrates its 8th edition, a new opportunity to recognize the participation and contribution of women in world trade in its many dimensions, but also a wonderful occasion to celebrate the 35th year tradition of women in international trade in Southern California and in Los Angeles. I want to send my warm congratulations and my recognition to Lilia Navarrete for her leadership at WIT-LA, and also to Camelia Massard, the president of the Organization of Women International Trade. I would like to take this opportunity to send a big virtual hug to my dear friends, Ana Guevara, Nina Hashigian, and Marisela Caraballo. And in this gala, I want to especially highlight a Mexican woman whom I have had the pleasure to meet while I was posted in San Diego. That allowed me to follow her career, attest her leadership, and the love and professionalism that she has impressed on her company, Organics Unlimited. This company is an example of a healthy and sustainable production and international trade in North America. Well, not just North America, also in Asia, where her brand has been very well embraced. Really, Mayra, congratulations for your hard work and the results achieved, and for being an ambassador. We are colleagues now for women in international trade. So let's keep on and celebrate.
Thank you, Ambassador Solorio. And that is our perfect segue to our first award recipient, which is for the Global Trade Ambassador of the Year, Mayra Velasquez de Leon. Now, I will ask all of you to keep handy, have your booklets handy that were sent to you with the registration link, because that way you could find out more about our award recipients. Unfortunately, I would love to sit here and talk about all of their many accomplishments, but we don't have all of that time. I wish we did. So I will give a brief introduction to them, and then they will go ahead and speak as well. But please read all about them in the booklet that we sent. So our Global Trade Ambassador for Mexico, Mayra, is, as the ambassador mentioned, is the president of and CEO and responsible for the sales and marketing growth of her company. She also, something very, very unique is that they have a foundation, a foundation started in 2005 called GROW, which is meant to benefit the communities where the organic bananas are grown. And GROW was founded on the principle of providing a better lifestyle, not just for the workers who grow the produce, but also others in the community who are living in poverty. The GROW program helps provide educational, dental, and vision support to those who need it the most, regardless of their employment. 60 cents of every box of GROW organic bananas is directed toward these programs. So with that, I would like to have Mayra join us. And Mayra, if you would turn on your video.
It's on.
All right, there we are. So Mayra, congratulations, and from heartfelt from absolutely all of us for all of the work that you've done. You have businesses your business that goes from Mexico, from South America as well into the United States. You have your distribution center in San Diego. I mean, it is just marvelous what you do, and with the GROW program as well. So can you give us a few words here, please?
Oh, yes. Well, thank you very much for this. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the award recipients, and I'd like to thank you, Marcela, my friend. I'd like to thank her for such a nice message. It is an honor to receive the 8th Annual Global Trade Ambassador Award from Mexico. I'd like to thank WIT-LA for such a great event, supporting and empowering women in international trade. As you all know, the development of the San Diego-Tijuana region is based on the connection between the two communities. This is a bicultural region, and as such, we contribute to develop businesses between the two countries, strengthening the international competitiveness of the industry, promoting trade and investment. US and Mexico are the closest commercial partners, and I believe trade in goods and services is vital to advancing both countries' economy. On behalf of the binational community living in San Diego and Mexico, I thank you for this award, and I will do my best to live up to the generous compliment that you have paid me. Thank you, WIT-LA.
Thank you, Myra, and congratulations one more time. Absolutely deserving of the recognition. We'd now like to move on to the Global Trade Ambassador of the Year from South Africa. Now in South Africa, it's about 4 in the morning now, so I do not know if our awardee is able to listen to us, but we do have some words from her. And Nsiki Biyela from Aslina Wines is our Global Trade Ambassador, South Africa. And she is the founder of the renowned Aslina Wines with its range of international award-winning premium wines. She grew up in Malabatini, a rural village in, in KwaZulu-Natal, and she was awarded a scholarship to study winemaking at Stellenbosch University in 1999. 16 hours away from home. She had no experience, never seen grapevines before, and in fact, even disliked the taste of red wine. At the time, winemakers in their program predominantly spoke Afrikaans, which she did not. So it was a little bit difficult. However, after graduation, she joined the boutique winery, Stella Nkaya, as their winemaker. And her first harvest in 2004 already resulted in an award-winning wine. At that point, her love of winemaking was setting path for her to become South Africa's first Black female winemaker in a male-dominated industry. After spending 13 years as a winemaker and ambassador for Stella Nkaya Wines, she had the opportunity to partner with Californian winemaker Helen Kiplinger. And then everything took off. She established her winemaking business. She has won various awards, such as the Old Mutual Trophy Awards, the Sakura Awards in Japan, the Michelangelo International Awards. Anyway, Nsiki has done an absolutely marvelous job and been an absolute role model for, one more time, a male-led industry. So with that, let's hear a few words from Nsiki. And if you are up, Nsiki, congratulations.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nsiki Biyela. I'm the winemaker and owner of Aslina Wine. It's such an excitement and a great honor to be receiving this award, and just to be known that actually I am among the women who actually have been nominated and being part of this Global Trade Award. It's such a great honor. I'm really amazed. I feel honored, and even though it's been a difficult year, nonetheless, but it is a great thing to end it with such a high note and being awarded this award, the Global Trade Award. Thank you very much.
Congratulations one more time, Nsiki, and hope to meet you in person sometime soon. Our next award is going to a Global Trade Ambassador Award in Vietnam. And we have an absolutely incredible award recipient here. She is the chairman of the BRG Group. It is a leading multi-sector group with 22,000 employees throughout Vietnam. And over the past 25 years, BRG Group has evolved and today is recognized as a leading domestic force in banking, real estate, golf, hospitality, retail, autos, production, and commerce. Madam Nguyen is the permanent vice president of Southeast Asia Joint Stock Commercial Bank. domestically known as CBank, and one of the country's leading favorite commercial joint stock banks. Familiar with Vietnam and US relations, Madam Na has boosted connections between the two countries by creating numerous business opportunities for both nations. She is also a frequent member of Vietnam trade delegations, working closely with the Vietnamese government to seek new business opportunities with leading companies from the United States. The US is a major market for the BRG Group, with exports totaling hundreds and millions of dollars annually for Vietnamese produce such as cashew nuts, rice, sago, and handmade items. While in Vietnam, BRG Group is a strategic partner with major US companies such as Nicholas Design and Golf, Hilton Worldwide, and Marriott International Hotel. So as you can see here, she has, again, please, I ask you to read her absolutely entire description and her story. She works very closely with the US Embassy in Vietnam and other agencies to host networking events that connect Vietnam enterprises with official US delegations. So with that, I would like to have Madam Nguyen, please. There we go. We have her directly from.
My name is Nguyễn Thị Nga, Chairwoman of BRG Group, founding Chairwoman of CBank Vietnam. BRG is a multi-sector economic group based in Vietnam with over 22,000 employees. It's a great honor for me to be one of the winners of the Global Trade Ambassador Award representing Vietnam. I would like to express my appreciation and sincere thanks to WIT for giving me this award. CBank has numerous collaboration activities with US corporations, such as using IBM servers for our core banking system, Cisco network and switch system, Microsoft Windows and Office software. We also collaborate with JP Morgan in financial investment and have strong partnership with Western Union and Wells Fargo in terms of overseas remittance. In hospitality, we collaborate with Hilton Worldwide and Marriott International. We have signed contracts with international hotel operators from the US for more than 10 five-star hotels. In terms of golf, we have signed an exclusive agreement with the world legendary golfer Jack Nicklaus from the US. In retail, we purchase meat products from Tyson Foods and fruits from National Foods from the US. We also export cashew nuts and peppers to the US. We believe that BRG will continue to expand our collaboration with US companies in the coming period. On this occasion, I would like to invite WIT members to visit Vietnam so that we can introduce more about our country and open more opportunities for business cooperation in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Nguyen, and once again, congratulations. Now, we're on to our next award, and that is the Guy Fawkes Special Award. And for that, I would like to invite our friend and true supporter, Guy Fawkes. So Guy, can you turn on that camera, and we will have you here on stage so that you can introduce Tom. Do we have you, Guy?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we cannot see you.
All right. I put the camera on.
There you are. Wonderful. Got it. All right. Thank you very much, Guy. And just so everyone knows, Guy, every single year is just so supportive all the time, anything. So he supports WIT-LA, and for that reason, not only WIT-LA, he supports women in general doing business and international trade, and has always done so much. And that is why we decided that we would name this award after Guy. So Guy, take it away, and please introduce our next Guy Fawkes Award recipient.
Thank you, Lilia. First off, I'd like to thank Ingrid for her very inspiring speech, and that she included men on this, because men are part of the process. And I also appreciated her comments on relationships, because to me, and as people know it in my business, relationships are the platform of business. But the WIT Los Angeles recognizes amazing individuals whose efforts have advanced international trade and the empowerment of women in the international trade and maritime industry. The Guy Fawkes Special Award is given annually to a male individual who is an ardent supporter and encourager of women in international trade and their contributions and efforts towards the equality of women in the workplace. And I'd like to mention the past recipients of this award, because these are very special people, not only to me, but to the women in international trade. And they've promoted women all throughout their careers. But Noel Hasagaba, who is the Deputy Executive Director of the Port of Long Beach, Rick Lorenzen, the President of Price Transfer, who runs the container freight stations. I mean, it's an incredible group of men that we have here, and Craig Pinkerton, who's the Director of PricewaterhouseCoopers. This award is indeed a very special to me, since it has my name on the award. We always want to keep this as a very special award and set the standards very, very high. Having your name on an award such as this is overwhelming and is indeed a privilege beyond compare. And that is why we want to pick the right and the very best person for this prestigious award. I always like to include a statement from Confucius, as it's meaningful to this award. And I quote, "A true leader of men does not seek popularity, but righteousness. His goal is not a high position, but the opportunity to perform meritorious deeds," unquote. This year's recipient is Tom Good, who is Vice President of Sales for the U.S. mainland for Matson Lines. And I'm glad that we had some of the Hawaiian dancers there, because they provide all the containers going back and forth between Hawaii and the United States, the mainland, as we say here. His mother was the first role model, who was a fashion consultant for Vogue magazine. While doing this, she raised Tom and 4 sisters. So we know that Tom indeed has a lot of respect for the women. Tom has indeed seen importance of women in international trade, as he has hired and mentored and promoted numerous women in various capacities. In his first 10 years at Matson, 90% of the people he hired were women. Can you get that? 90% of the women he hired were women. That's amazing. And all through the process, they have excelled through his mentorship. He has indeed been a part of their journey, and he still is. He keeps maintaining all the mentorships as the people have moved up, and he's just really helped them out all along the way. He has indeed changed many young women's lives, encouraging them to proceed in international trade when they were in doubt. And there's many stories about that, and you can see that in the program. I know time is short tonight, but so you can take a look at the program as Lilia has announced. But there are many organizations he's been involved with, such as ITEP, the International Seafarers Center of the Ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach, the Ronald McDonald House, as well as many other organizations. And it's been truly an unsung hero. Tom is one of these guys that doesn't talk about himself, and he just lets the actions speak rather than the words. And he's really been an absolute asset, not only to the women in international trade, but the entire international trade industry and the maritime industry. So I'm very proud of Tom, and I would like to present to you Tom Good, the recipient of the Guy Fawkes Special Award. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Guy. Very kind. Thank you very much. I'm humbled by your comments, and also a big thank you to Women in International Trade Los Angeles. It's been a terrific event so far, and Guy, echoing your comments, I love the hula. Very nice connection there since Matson's headquartered in Hawaii. And so I'm so pleased to be a part of the event tonight, and really an honor to be associated with this organization and with the Guy Fawkes Award. It's appropriate to acknowledge the amazing women that I've had the good fortune to work with over my 35 years in ocean transportation. Extraordinarily accomplished women, from my colleagues at Matson to port officials, customers, policymakers, and those women who lead the outstanding community organizations I've been involved with over the years, who help guide young women into professional careers. And as Guy mentioned, my foundation was my mom, who, as a young fashion consultant for Vogue magazine in the 40s, traveling the country by train by herself, who then put her career on hold to get married and raise me and my brother and my 4 sisters, and went back to work as a college professor of fashion and design on the East Coast. So to her, Mary Agnes Frances Hurley Good, I always love saying that name, and to my incredibly strong and successful wife, Rhonda Brower, who, by the way, is having hip replacement surgery tomorrow. So please send positive energy her way. And to you all, I say thank you again. And here's to better days ahead in 2021, when I hope we can all meet together in person. Cheers.
Congratulations again, Tom. Thank you very much for all the work you do and all the support that you provide to women in international trade, both the organization and to women in our industry. Thank you, Tom. Now, I'd like to introduce our next award recipient, and that is for our Innovative Sustainable Exporter of the Year. An amazing woman with amazing accomplishments, Kusum Kavia from Combustion Associates. And Kusum, do we have you? Do we have you there? All right, while I introduce you, if you could turn your video on, please, that would be, there you are, that is wonderful, I see you. Okay, so Kusum is the president of Combustion Associates, an engineering and manufacturing company that she co-founded over 3 decades ago in Southern California. From humble beginnings, an entrepreneur emerged into a male-dominated industry. Where have we heard this before? All these women doing incredible things. Where big giants such as General Electric, Siemens, Caterpillar brands rule and control the power generation market. Kusum was born in Kenya and was educated in the United Kingdom. Since moving to California with her husband, Mukund, being an entrepreneur and promote international trade between the US and home country, Kenya has always been an important part of her American dream. In 1989, when she founded CAI, it was an environmental consulting company, but today CAI is a full service engineering and manufacturing company that specializes in providing turnkey solutions, electric power, generation systems worldwide, including Bangladesh, Belize, Benin, Cameroon, Canada, China, Ghana, Kazakhstan, Nigeria, and etc. So what a magnificent, absolutely magnificent work that you do. So with that, let me present you with the award and congratulate you for absolutely everything that you do. Would you like to say some words?
Yes, please. And I'll keep it short. Thank you, Lilia, for that warm introduction. And I want to congratulate the Women in International Trade LA Board for putting together this remarkable, memorable event. Who would have listening to wonderful musical instruments, looking at the hula dancing, and what a diverse program that your team, your board has put together. Thank you to Betty Young of the Hong Kong Trade and Development Council, our Santa Claus, in nominating me for this award. It is international trade to a woman in business. So it means so much to me, and I cannot thank you enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Kazum, and congratulations one more time. Absolutely excellent work. Now we have the pleasure of hearing from the Port of Los Angeles, Commissioner Lucia Moreno Linares, and she will provide some remarks for us. Thank you.
Good evening. It's an honor to speak to all of you on this special night, albeit virtually. The work of this organization is recognized worldwide for building ongoing trade relationships within and between global communities, and being instrumental in building our professional network and promoting the important work women are accomplishing across the spectrum of global trade. I want to congratulate all of tonight's honorees. In addition to one of our own port employees being recognized, another member of our city family is also being honored. Ambassador Nina Hachigian, Los Angeles Deputy Mayor of International Affairs. Congratulations to you, Deputy Mayor Hachigian. And I am particularly proud of our very own port team member, Marisela Caraballo Di Ruggiero, who is being recognized tonight as the Global Trade Catalyst of the Year. Marisela has been the catalyst in advancing the port's influence on expanding trade markets. In that role, she has been instrumental in developing many sister port agreements that promote a variety of trade aspects, including environmental stewardship, supply chain efficiencies, and increased security protocols. Most recently, she worked on port agreements with Indonesia and Japan. Marisela is our port's conduit to the international diplomatic community, and during this pandemic, she has managed the acceptance of personal protective equipment from the international community. Those supplies are distributed to frontline medical workers throughout the port's Logistics WIT-LA program. Marisela is also rebranding our award-winning Trade Connect program and redesigning the Trade Connect website so it can be more informative and functional to both virtual and in-person audiences. Marisela, on behalf of Los Angeles Harbor Commission and the Port of Los Angeles, I want to congratulate you for your hard work and accomplishments. Thank you for continuing to represent the highest standards of the port in all that you do.
Thank you, Commissioner, for your kind words and perfect introduction to our next award recipient, Global Trade Catalyst, Marisela Caraballo Di Ruggiero. I have to say it slowly. I still have a hard time with that. So Marisela, the commissioner already spoke about so many different things that Marisela does at work, but I want to give you just a tiny bit more insight, which, you know, says more about the person, the humanity of the person, of the woman. She does great things now. She is very, very accomplished. She's been with the port for over 20 years, and that in itself is absolutely wonderful. But I want to tell you that, you know, Maricela immigrated to the United States in the 1960s. And at the beginning, it was full of challenges, from learning a new language to different culture. She quickly adopted, as you know, we're having to do now in this very unique year. And so she quickly adopted, found her place in her new home, in her new world, while not forgetting her Cuban heritage. In the process, she learned to be fearless and determined and become the catalyst to others wanting to succeed as well. Along her professional career path, Maricela was blessed with many great women mentors, including the Congresswoman Carrie Meek, former State Senator Bowen, and maybe I'm taking away some of what you're going to say, Maricela, so I will leave it at that. Congratulations. We are so honored to present you with the Global Trade Catalyst of the Year Award 2020. Would you like to say some words?
Thank you, Lilia. It is truly an honor to be recognized by Women in International Trade Los Angeles and to be among the caliber of the honorees also being recognized today. Wishing you all my congratulations. WIT-LA is such a wonderful organization that provides a great space for all of us to come together to build professional trade relationships. A special thank you to you, Lilia Navarrete, and to the WIT-LA Board of Directors for this acknowledgement and the Organization of Women in International Trade. I'm very particularly humbled receiving this award. I am proud to represent the Port of Los Angeles. I am grateful that I am supported by the executive leadership team and the Board of Harbor Commissioners to do the work that I've been doing. I was given the task to rebrand our Trade Connect program, which is the Port's award-winning export education program for small and medium-sized businesses, and we have been doing just that. This past year, we redesigned the new Trade Connect logo, which was just debuted today in the Port's video, and we are also redesigning our website, which will be more informative and provide more resources. I'm excited to say that we're going to be launching in early 2021, along with taking our Trade Connect program virtually via a new web series of seminars. Additionally, working with the Los Angeles Consular Corps and the international diplomatic community has been a distinct pleasure. We are building bridges of consensus with each one of the port sister port agreements that we sign. What an honor it is to be at this gala tonight with all the honorees, all of our fantastic speakers and performers. I feel so inspired and empowered by tonight's program, message and energy. This past year has its challenges, but it has been very rewarding in itself. Even through this pandemic, we have all learned to adapt to a new way of living and helping our fellow man. May this be an inspiration to all, and take care and love one another. Again, thank you, WIT-LA, for this recognition. Thank you.
Congratulations one more time, Maricela, absolutely deserving of this recognition. Now, we've made it so far. Now we have our top award of the evening, and that award is the Woman of the Year in International Trade. And this award goes to a very special woman who has been helping women and doing her work for years at the international level, in particular in markets in Asia. And so let me say a little bit more about her. That's a little more structured here. So Nina was appointed by Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti to be the first deputy mayor of International Affairs in September of 2017. In this role, she leads the Office of International Affairs, responsible for building the city's relationships with local and global partners to bring more business opportunity to Los Angeles and to promote the city's role internationally. With her vision The mayor's office developed its first foreign direct investment attraction strategy. Along with Mayor Eric Garcetti, Nina has led trade missions to Tokyo, Seoul, Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, and Hong Kong in 2018 that resulted in increased exports and millions of dollars of business growth, as well as new agreements between counterparts to facilitate trade and investment. In October 2020, her office facilitated a virtual trade mission to Vietnam, which not only provided Los Angeles companies with connection into Vietnam's rapidly growing economy, but also valuable market insights relating to architecture, design, and sustainable construction, renewable energy and clean technology, and smart city innovations. She has also spearheaded initiatives to expand international opportunities for students from disadvantaged backgrounds. She founded the Mayor's Young Ambassadors Program, which to date has brought 141 community college students to Mexico, Egypt, France, Australia, Japan, and Vietnam. To ensure the future generations are globally engaged, she has put in special efforts to connect the Consular Corps with the Los Angeles Unified School District. Prior to her current appointment, she served on the second U.S. ambassador to the Southeastern Asian nations, ASEAN, for almost 2.5 years. She was responsible for working with ASEAN member states and other stakeholders to advance U.S. interests in the region. She has traveled throughout ASEAN's 10 member states and Asia to support the growth of business relationships between the U.S. and ASEAN. Her deep interest in Asia, influenced by her adventurous parents' love of Asian food, the ambassador and her brother were taken frequently to Chinese noodle restaurants and sushi bars while living in the New York area. Ambassador Hachigian had demonstrated her strong international connections with Asia Pacific through her different positions with the Center for American Progress, focused on American Asia policy and U.S.-China relations. RAND Center for Asia Pacific Policy, Pacific Council on International Policy, and Council on Foreign Affairs. In promoting opportunity for women, she co-founded AWASA, Women Ambassadors Serving America, a group some 200 current and former U.S. ambassadors, and, LC Wynn's Leadership Council for Women in National Security. She grew the youth program, U.S. ASEAN Women's Leadership Academy, and she established to over 100,000 members. She was awarded the State Department Superior Honor Award for her service. Recently, she also launched Change, International City Hub and Network for Gender Equality. For her excellent achievements in international trade, WIT Los Angeles would like to honor Ambassador Nina Hachigian as the Outstanding Woman of the Year in International Trade. Ambassador, would you like to join us here on stage?
Thank you so much for this incredible honor. It is great to be here virtually with all of you. That was a ridiculously generous introduction. I want to say that while we are here virtually, I have this very, very real and gorgeous award that you've given me, and I really appreciate it very much. It's going to adorn my home. My children were very curious about it, but it's really, you know, a huge honor for me to be in the company of leaders like Suzanne Sterling and Commissioner Valeria Velasco, Julianne Hennessy, Susan Ross, and others that have received this award in the past years. I want to add my congratulations to the other awardees this year. It's been inspiring to hear the stories and see your perseverance during this, most challenging time. I commend your initiative to create a new award for Innovative Sustainable Exporter of the Year. That is wonderful. As you all know, the Mayor Garcetti is a huge champion for sustainability and for addressing the climate emergency. The trade community in LA is a model for the nation and for the world. You support one another, you work together, and step up when someone is in need. In fact, when the city suddenly found itself to be in the position of being an importer, members of this community, Terry Batch of the U.S. Commercial Service and Vince Acapella of Alba Wheels Up, came to our rescue to help the city accept an international donation of personal protective equipment. Then Maricela helped stand up Logistics Victory LA, or Love LA as we call it, at the Port of LA, which has provided millions of PPE to all the area hospitals. We know that for every person recognized tonight, there are many more dedicated professionals that are working hard to get goods and services to the consumers and the companies that need them. You are economic drivers and job creators for LA and beyond, and I can tell you that we need your continued grit and determination to recover from the economic consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your work and support is especially important when it comes to LA small businesses, who comprise the vast majority of exporters in the LA metro area, as well as our communities of color that have been hit hardest by the coronavirus. I hope you'll continue to work with us, and if you haven't already, please join us as we focus our export support and market growth opportunities where we can have the greatest impact and respond to the greatest needs. 2020 has been a year of pivots, of Zoom meetings, of sacrifice, and I'm so proud of the international trade sector here who has forged ahead, adapted, and embraced 21st century tools that will position us well for more success in the future. From transitioning World Trade Week to a virtual conference, to our virtual trade missions, to participating in virtual trade shows. I look forward to partnering with you in 2021 as LA continues to stretch the boundaries of digital, sustainable, and inclusive trade. Thank you again so much for this honor.
Ambassador Hachigian, congratulations one more time. And it absolutely we're so lucky to have you in Los Angeles. So thank you very much for being here. Your work has again been international, and for you to be here in Los Angeles, it's absolutely fabulous. So thank you. Thank you for choosing to stay here. Thank you. Well, congratulations to all of our award recipients. And now let's hear from our final presentation of the evening. We're overjoyed that Stella Poon, General Manager of the Hong Kong Trade Development Council and past WIT-LA Award recipient, the Global Trade Ambassador Hong Kong in 2015, honored for her achievements in promoting trade between the United States and Hong Kong, is joining us from Taiwan tonight. Take it away, Stella.
Good evening. I'm Stella Poon of Hong Kong Trade Development Council Taiwan office. Before my current assignment, I was the director of our office in Los Angeles. Indeed, in the few years that I have spent my time in Los Angeles, there were so many exciting and wonderful memories. I'm particularly cherished the support and friendship that you all have extended to me and my team. It is also my great honor to be named as the Global Trade Ambassador for Hong Kong by WIT-LA in 2015. Tonight, I would like to personally congratulate Ambassador Hachigian and all the award recipients. As well, I would like to congratulate Women in International Trade Los Angeles for recognizing women leaders who have excelled in the international trade community and for their 35th year anniversary. Very good job, well done. 圣诞快乐, have a joyful holiday season. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive sorrows grow, nor thorns infest the ground. He comes to make his blessings flow. For us the curse is found, for us the curse is found, for us the curse is found. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love, and wonders, wonders of his love. Merry Christmas and have a great evening, everybody. Bye.
Wow, Stella, that was wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you for your warmest congratulatory message for our honorees and putting us in the holiday spirit with your beautiful rendition of Joy to the World. Now, I see that someone was on their toes. We snuck the quiz number 2 in there, and I see that there was the first person who responded to that was, geez, do I need my glasses? I think it was, let me make sure here.
Jasmine.
Yes, okay, Jasmine Sakai Gonzalez from the LA Chamber. So Jasmine, you will receive your prize as well. I think we can go on to our next prize. We have one more prize. Let's do it. All right, what is it? Name one of the scholarship programs currently sponsored by WIT-LA. Terry Batch, right? Am I right? Okay, the Showstack Award. Yes, that's Marjorie Showstack. So she gets it. Yes, you are correct, Terry. So you will get that prize. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are toward the end, almost there. And we hope you have enjoyed this evening's event and you plan to attend some of our future events. It'll still be virtual for just a little while, and hopefully very soon we will see all of you in person. And maybe next year, 2021, we will have our Global Trade Award Gala in person. Until then, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you again. Happy holidays. And wait, don't leave. We have a networking room. You can find the link in the chat box, and see you there. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you very much for joining us this evening. It really means so much to us that you have. Congratulations again to the award recipients. So if you look at your chat box, you will see that there is a link if you would like to join us there.
Still on the screen. Maricela.